So today we're going to look at the basics of how to use Pymol. First, open up your Pymol application, and then we're going to go over to the PDB website, which is the protein data bank, and this is where you can find all of your protein structures that you're going to be working with. And the one that I'm going to be working with is this 2C36. And from this website, for Pymol purposes, what you're going to need is this 4-digit and numeric code, so this 2C36. Once you have that, we're going to go over back to Pymol, and we're going to type in the code fetch 2C36, and that command will load the structure that you had on the other page. So from here you can do some pretty basic stuff. If you just left click with the mouse, you can rotate it any which way. If you do a right click, you can zoom in and out so you can get a better look at the structure. If you want to just move it on the screen, not rotate it per se, you can click with the wheel and you can put it wherever you want on the screen. There's some different ways that you can view the protein. So if you come up here to this S, which stands for show, you can go to as, and then you can pick something such as spheres, and it gives a little bit more of a full model of it instead of just the sticks. And all of these different colors are the different elements that comprise it and all the different elements that comprise all the amino acids in it. And then if you want to actually see all the different amino acids that are in this, if you come down to this S in the bottom right hand corner, you can click on this. It stands for sequence. And this will show you the entire amino acid sequence that makes up your protein. And then just to go back, there's also a bunch of different ways that you can view it. This is another nice view in a cartoon form. If you wanted to select any part of this, this is kind of a mirror image here. So this structure is a mirror image. So if we just wanted to manipulate just half of it, what we can do is you go down the sequence and you figure out where the break is. So this is the start of the second sequence. And then you go all the way to the end. If you hold shift, you can click on this and it'll highlight all of them, and you'll be able to see it on the screen as well. If we wanted to completely get rid of this side, we could right click and go down to remove and get rid of it. But for our purposes, we're going to come over here to this little tab that says, well, shorten select. And this little tab here will come up anytime that you select anything on screen. So what we're going to do, instead of deleting it, is we're going to come down here and extract object. So what that's going to do is that's going to make it so that both of these sides are separate. You can move them separately of one another. They won't move together. So if I wanted to move this side that I had just selected, we're going to go over to action, and we're going to drag matrix. And then if you hold shift, you can do everything with just this side as you were doing with the entire structure. So the left click is to rotate, the wheel is to move it, and then you can zoom it in and out instead of zooming in on the structure. Other than that, we can either color all of them or color them separately now. So if I wanted to color this right one, you come over here to this C for color. And if I wanted to color just a solid red, which most of these will all be solid in this cartoon form, but let's make it so that we'll see it in spheres again. So as you can see now, this entire side is red. Or if I wanted to color it by element, which is a nice way to look at it so you can get a better representation, we're going to click on this one right here, and then you can see that this also changed its color again. There's some very simple things that you can do just to get a nice visual representation. If you come up to this top right hand kind of command box, you can, if you click rock, your molecules on the screen will rock back and forth. And then you can stop that at any time. There's a lot of different things you can do as well with this as far as getting a better representation of what's going on. So let's change all of these to sticks again. So this gives you a full image of the stick structure of them, but you can also get rid of things that might clutter it up. So let's see, we'll come over to this H, which is to hide things. We can hide the main chain of everything, and that cleans it up a little bit more. Or if let's make the main chain come back again. Come back as sticks, and then, or we can hide something such as the side chains, and that gives us another good representation of what's going on. Other than that, you can make different scenes as well if you were going to make a small movie. So for instance, if we come up here to the Scenes tab, click Scenes, and then so what this will do is if you go to Store and click F1, this will store what image was on this screen in this F1. So then, if we rotate this, such as like this, and we come up here and go Store in Scene 2, and we can make a small movie. So after you have your scenes that you want, come up to Movie, Program, Scene Loop, and then you can do something such as that X-Rock, or if you do a steady. So we'll just do steady here. And then down here, you'll make a little movie. And then it'll switch between the different things that you just did. That's just a very simple movie that you can make. And for now, those are the different things that you can do with Pymol.